Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Radha Gopinath Prabhupada ki, Jagannath Vallabh Subhadra ki, Gaur Nitai ki. Om Ajnanaatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Vistapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadandikam Vancha kalpataruvasya kripa sindhubhaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashitya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 20, verse 37. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat after me. Bhagavan api rajarsi, Bhagavan api rajarsi, Sopadhyayasya chachutaha, Sopadhyayasya chachutaha, Haran iva manomushya, Haran iva manomushya, Swadhama pratyapadyate. Bhagavan api rajarisi, Sopadhyayasya chachutaha, Haran iva manomushya, Swadhama pratyapadyate. Prabhuji, Bhagavan api rajarsi, Bhagavan api rajarsi, Sopadhyayasya chachutaha, Haraniva manomushya, Swadhama pratyapadyata. Bhagavan api rajarse, Sopadhyayasya chachitaha Haramivamanomusya Sadhama Pratyabala. Mataji. Bhagavan Pirajarse Sopadhyayasya chachitaha Sadhama Pratyabala. Bhagavan Pirajarse Sopadhyayasya chachitaha Haramivamanomusya Sadhama Pratyapadata. Word to word translation. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Api, also, Rajarse, of the saintly king, Sa Upadhyayasya, along with all the priests, Cha, also, Achyuta, the infallible Lord, Haran, captivating, Eva, indeed, Mana, the mind, Amushya, of him, Swadhama, to his abode, Pratyapadyata, returned. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, having captivated the minds of the king and the priests who were present, returned to his abode in the spiritual sky. Purport. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead is all spiritual, he can descend from the spiritual sky without changing his body, and thus he is known as Achyuta or infallible. When a living entity falls down to the material world, however, he has to accept a material body, and therefore, in his material embodiment, he cannot be called Achyuta, because he falls down from his real engagement in the service of the Lord. The living entity gets a material body to suffer or to enjoy in the miserable material condition of life. Therefore, the fallen living entity is Achyuta, whereas the Lord is called Achyuta. The Lord was attractive for everyone, not only the king, but also the priestly order, who were very much addicted to the performance of the Vedic rituals. Because the Lord is all attractive, he is called Krishna, or one who attracts everyone. The Lord appeared in the sacrificial arena of Maharaj Prithu as Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, who is a plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. He is the second incarnation from Karnadakshayi Vishnu, who is the origin of material creation, and who expands as Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, who then enters into each and every universe. Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is one of the Purusas who control the material mode of nature. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming to the temple and attending Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today is my second class I'm giving Srimad Bhagavatam. So first class I gave was when we were on the story of King Vena. And I discussed on how a leader should be, because King Vena was very cruel leader. And so now we are on the story of Prithu Maharaj, and we can see, whoever knows Prithu Maharaj, we can see how a good leader is Prithu Maharaj. He's one of the best example of a leader. So So for those who don't know about the context of today's verse, um, so Prithu Maharaj was for the welfare of the society and for the welfare for pleasing the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prithu Maharaj thought of doing 100 Aswamedha Yajna. So he started doing Aswamedha Yajna, and the purpose of Prithu Maharaj of doing Aswamedha Yajna was to do good for the citizen, for the welfare of the citizen, for the upliftment of the people in the world, and to please the Lord. But on the other hand, Indra, who have completed 100 Aswamedha Yajna, took it in a wrong way. So he like every time someone start doing Aswamedha Yajna, King Indra, Lord Indra start to feel fear, like because till that date at the time, he was the only one who has completed 100 Aswamedha Yajna. So he has that fear that he will lose that position. If someone else completed 100 Aswamedha Yajna, then he can't get the glories of the only one who have completed those many sacrifices or sacrifices. So King Indra, like with his misunderstanding, he start to fear about his position, and out of envy, he start to bring out many distraction in the yajna the Prithu Maharaj was doing. So, but despite of many distractions, Prithu Maharaj completed 99 Aswamedha Yajnas with all the help of his associates and the priest around there. So, but seeing someone disturbing his service to the Lord, because Prithu Maharaj was doing all this for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, seeing someone disturbing his service to the service of the Lord, he got quite angry, and he was about to chastise King Indra and arrest him. But at the meantime, Lord Brahma appeared, and Lord Brahma start to like cool down Prithu Maharaj. Like Lord Brahma said, like Prithu Maharaj, please understand. Like Lord Brahma requested not to do the 100 sacrifice, because King Indra was the only one who has completed those many sacrifices, and Brahma explained like how Lord Indra is attached to that position, and Brahma requests Prithu Maharaj not to take that position, take that glory from him, and Brahma requests Prithu Maharaj to leave away the desire to complete 100 Aswamedha Yajna and be satisfied with the glory of completing 99 Aswamedha Yajna. And Lord Brahma even continued, like he says, Krishna will be more pleased when he give up, when he step back and leave that position, leave that desire to complete 100 Aswamedha Yajna. And hearing that instruction from Lord Brahma, Prithu Maharaj just understand for the higher purpose, and just stop there. And seeing those steps of Prithu Maharaj, Lord himself, Lord is a Sirodakshaya Vishnu. It is explained here. Lord Krishna came in the form of Sirodakshaya Vishnu. So in the form of Sirodakshaya Vishnu, he appeared there, and they have some Prithu Maharaj and Lord has some conversation, and this is the time at our verse, Lord just go back to his spiritual abode. Today's verse, where after the Lord appeared, and after having beautiful conversation between Prithu Maharaj and the Lord, and the Lord finally returned to his spiritual abode. It says, the infallible Supreme Personality of Godhead, having captivated the mind of the king and the priest who were present, returned to his abode in the spiritual sky. So, so in the purport, let's go to the purport now. In the purport, we can see Prabhupada begins with one of the qualities of the Krishna, which is all spiritual. He explained that Krishna can come to this material world and from the spiritual sky, and go back to his spiritual sky from this material world in the same spiritual body. And Prabhupada explained Krishna is, that's why the Krishna is known as Achyuta, infallible, one who never makes mistakes. So when I first read this purport, the line, I remember one thing, like in the whole outside, where we can see people like people talking about they don't accept Krishna as the Supreme Lord. They don't accept Krishna as the Bhagwan. They don't accept Krishna as God. But and even if they accept Krishna as a God, they say like Krishna appeared in this material world with a material body. He didn't came with his own eternal body. He came with the body of matter. Like that's what Mayavadi says, and they say that's the reason he left his body at the end of the upper yuga. But they don't know the real truth. For these kind of people, Krishna himself gave a what is it? Smashing reply. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, you can see in chapter 9, Krishna says, "Avajananti mamura manusam tanum ashritam." He says, "Fool deride me when I descend in this old human form, but they don't know my transcendental nature of the supreme of all that I can be." So Krishna himself have explained in Bhagavad Gita like about his transcendental nature, like about the transcendental nature of spiritual body. Even in Brahma Samhita it is said, Iswara Parama Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha, his body is full of bliss, knowledge, like that. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Azopi son of Vyatma, like he says he is unborn. That means he carries his own transcendental body. He says there his body never deteriorates. That means he always carries his own eternal body. So like this there are many places where in the scriptures where it is explained about the transcendental nature of the Krishna, transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord, and that is how scriptures prove Krishna is Achyuta, infallible. Not only this, Krishna has so many qualities. Do you know some of them? Can you all say some of the qualities of Krishna you know? Most beautiful, humble, most attractive, loving nature, most opulent. Yeah. Not just this, there are so many. We can just talk about the whole day, whole month, whole year, whole life talking about the qualities of Krishna. And in scripture says Krishna acquired all 64 qualities. In fact, Krishna is all attractive. Like it means all attractive means fullest in the everything you see. In one of the book of Prabhupada named Perfect Question, Perfect Answer, he explained there in the very first chapter. The name of the very first chapter is the Krishna, the all attractive, and he says God acquired. Actually, God has no name. God acquired all these qualities, like all beautiful. Like, how can be someone God if he don't have all qualities in fullest? And Prabhupada explained God has that quality, and the whole meaning of the name Krishna is all attractive. That's why we name the God Krishna. So that is how Prabhupada has explained in that book. And even we can see in the today's verse, it is said, having captivated the mind of everyone present there. Like, because the Krishna is all attractive, he just captures the mind of even the evil people. Like even to the people, those who don't have love for Krishna, Krishna attracts them. Like here it says the priests who are attracted to just doing Vedic rituals, more attracted to doing Vedic rituals, they are also even attracted to the Krishna when he appeared there. So that is how Prabhupada has explained about Krishna as Achyuta. And we can see as we continue in the purport, we can see Prabhupada explained about us even. Prabhupada explained about us as Achyuta, which is about living today, because we fall down to this material world. It is explained like when we fall down to this material world, we need to accept the material body made of matter and follow the rules of material modes of nature. That's why we are Achyuta. So how do we fall down in the first place? Do we know how do we fall down? Why do we fall down? Why we were not in the spiritual square living happily? Why we fell down in this material world? We wanted to enjoy our desires, our endless desires. So there are so many desires within us, and we desire to enjoy like Krishna, and this Krishna made a material world like toy. When a child, it is explained like a mother is cooking in the kitchen, and the small baby is 2 years old. She wanted to cook, and And of course, if the mother gives that child to cook in that real kitchen, she will just messed up in everything. I just saw a video like one child was like full of flour, and the potatoes, carrots, everything were on the floor like that, playing everything like she was playing holy with the floor, like, and so the mother buy a toy kitchens, stops for toy kitchens, and give that child to play like that. We desire to enjoy like Krishna, and that's why Krishna created this material world and sent us here. Like, if you want to enjoy this, okay, just try it there in the toy one. If you can, then you can enjoy here like that. We can't even enjoy here. So that's how we fell down, like for our desires to enjoy like Krishna. But are we really enjoying here? Do you feel like we are enjoying here, or do you feel like we are so frustrated, like so many things to do, so many problems, so many obstacles in our life? Do you think we are enjoying? No, because we are not enjoying, because it is already stated in Bhagavad Gita. Like, whatever we are doing in this material world is suffering. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Purusa prakriti sto hi bhungte prakriti ja guna. It says the living entity in the material nature follows the way of life, according to the modes of material nature, either mode of goodness, mode of passion, or mode of ignorance. And Prabhupada explained, no matter in any modes we are, even in the mode of goodness, it is, Prabhupada explained, it's like handcuff. Like for the jailers, we put handcuffs. So it is explained, either it can be the handcuff of gold, silver, or iron at the end of the day, but it's a handcuff which will entangle us in the material world, like more and more and more and more. And the more we are attached to, even if we are attached in the mode of goodness, like we feel like, anyway, I'm good, I'm doing good to everyone. Still, we are attached to the mode of goodness. We are entangled here. The only way to go out to this material world, to go beyond these three modes of material nature, and it is to be in pure goodness, Suddha Sattva. So, we are bind by the modes of material nature. So, but are we really meant for this? Do you think we are really meant for this? No, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he descended here, when Krishna descended here in the age of quarrel, age of Kali, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just 500 years ago, he said, Jivera Swarupoe Krishna Nitya Das. It says the real position, the eternal position of a living entity, of a jiva, is to be the eternal servant of Krishna, to serve Krishna eternally. And that's our original identity. That's our real position. And we should use this human life. We use our life to get that purpose, because as Brahma Samhita also explains, Vedanta Sutra also explains, Athato Brahma Jigyasa, the whole purpose of a living entity, of a life, of a living entity, is to search for God, to find the real purpose of our life. And it's only human life. In only human life we can attain that purpose, attain that position back, because Lord created human life, human species, to get the real to give back our loving relationship with Krishna, loving relationship with Him, and that's only human life, because we can see we can compare to all the living entities. Like it is explained, Ahara Nindra Vaya Maithunsa, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. It is all same in all living entities. We can see dogs are eating, cats are eating, pigs are eating, human are eating. Every living entity is eating for their life. They are eating outside whatever they get in the way. We just eat on plate. That's the only advancement we are doing. They sleep, we sleep. They do recreation, we do recreation. They just do it open, we do it inside the four walls. they defend for their survival, we defend for our survival. It's all same in all animals and human beings, but the only difference, it is explained, the only difference in human and animal is that human can search for God, human can know the purpose of their existence. And we should utilize this human life, form of life, because Prahlad Maharaj says Durlabha Manusa Janma. This human form of life is very rare, and if we don't utilize our this human form of life for the service of the Lord, then it's just useless. We just waste our one more life. How the rare human form of life we get. So I just get one line, like the rare human form of life. Once I was hearing a lecture of Amrinder Prabhu, and on this point he explained, like there is a big line of normal citizens, the big line of normal citizens, and in any temple, in temples or any places, there is just people are staying in a queue to get to waiting for their turn. But any politician came or any big figure came, they just get the VIP ticket, and through the another door they just get the direct entry. So like that Amrinder Prabhu was explaining, we got this human form of life as a VIP ticket. All the other living entity, all the species of life are just waiting for their queue, and just and just Krishna cuts off all the line and give us the VIP entry to go back to get that loving relationship. And we should utilize it, like we should give our fully surrender unto the Krishna to get back our relationship, our loving relationship with Krishna. So how do we get back our relationship with Krishna? How do we revive our dormant Krishna consciousness? By devotional service. Anything else? Yeah, simply by following Srila Prabhupada's instructions. It's not that hard. We just need to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, like Prabhupada has done so much for us. Like he made the plate ready for us. We just need to eat. Like, have we known about Krishna? Have we known about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if Prabhupada wasn't there? No. Like, I remember once His Holiness Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Swami Maharaj was sharing his experience. Once in the temple in London, he was just having darshan, and just a family arrived there. And they were just kind of new. They came to the temple for the first time. And one of the member, I think you're saying, one of the member knows something about the deities. So he started explaining about the deities. So he explained, this is Krishna, this is Radha, this is Jagannath, this is Baldev, this is Subhadra, this is Ram, Lakshman, Sita, Hanuman. And they just got a pause and come to the Gaurnita, and they said, this is Labkush, the son of Lord Ram. So we didn't knew about Mahaprabhu, we don't knew about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we don't knew about Krishna. Like, what to talk about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? We don't know about, like, I being from a Hindu background, Hindu family, don't knew about Krishna about much. Like, people around us would say, like, Krishna is just some kind of avatar. He came here in this material world to do some playful pastime, and they just see it in a lusty way, and they just refer that to fulfill their lusty desires. At the end, it's all come to our desires, So they just use it as a reference to fulfill their lost desires. That's how we know Krishna. We just knew that he plays some flutes, he just stole dresses of gopis, this, that. He married 1,608 wives. Like, how lustful he is. That's how we knew Krishna before. But Prabhupada came in our life after that. Prabhupada came in our life, and we knew who Krishna is. We knew who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. I don't know if Prabhupada wasn't there, if I would ever know about Krishna in my life. So for this, His Holiness Jayaprada Swami Maharaj write a song, Yadi Prabhupada na hoi to, tave ki hoi to, ये जीवन वायु तक ऐसे. What would have happened to our life if Prabhupada wasn't there? How would we have passed this life? How would we have known Krishna? How would we have get the love for Krishna? Who would have distributed this unlimited mercy? It's Prabhupada who distributed this unlimited mercy to all of us. Give this access. And what Prabhupada have said, just follow few instructions. Just read his books. Just follow the 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex outside marriage. So and chant every day, chant the 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the only thing Prabhupada have asked us to follow, like asked us to follow his instructions, only few instructions. And he said, if you just follow this instruction, even if you can't obtain 100% of your Krishna consciousness, you can just catch my dhoti. I will take you from the back door. He knows the keys he had the key for the back door. He explained like that. So this is what the very simple things he have asked us to do, and we can see that these few instructions are very powerful. Like even chanting a few rounds, like in the beginning, even we chant 1 round, we feel the presence, some positive aura. We don't know what it is, but we feel something like some positive aura, positive energy is around us while we chant the whole name of Krishna. Because it is explained, when we chant the name of Krishna, Krishna just come to our mouth and dance. Like I remember one story, one conversation of Narad Muni and Krishna. Like Lord Krishna, when Narad Muni asks, like sometimes, like, is Narad Muni is a personality, he can travel from anywhere to anywhere, like just like boom. And he went to Vaikuntha, but he can't find Lord every time there. So he asked to the Lord, when you see him, he asked to the Lord, oh Lord, I can't see you in Vaikuntha all the time. Where is that such place where I can find you like 24/7? And Lord explained, I forgot the verse, but Lord explained like, it's something like that. It was like 1 year before I read that verse, and Krishna explained like, oh Narad Muni, do you think I will be in Vaikuntha? Because it's the spiritual sky, like where the Lord resides, you know. But he says like, do you think I reside on Vaikuntha all the time? No. And Narad Muni says, then where can I find you? In the heart of yogis. And Krishna explained, not even in the heart of yogis, because the yogis, it's a like long thing, like yogis also don't keep the Krishna in his heart all the time. So Lord explains, I don't even stay in the heart of yogis all the time. So, and Narad Muni is curious, like, so where can I find you? Like 24/7, like if I want to meet you, like anytime, where can I find you? Then Krishna explained, anywhere my devotees speak about my glories, do Bhagavad Katha, do chant my names. Even you are doing Bhagavad Katha here. I don't know if when I speak he's here, but of course, while doing Bhagavad Katha, Krishna is present there. You know, we can see Radha Gopinath present there before I start Bhagavad Katha, because temple room is like where devotees just chant the glories of him every time. So he explained, wherever there is the chanting of his glories, chanting of his name, he is there. So while we chant, we can feel the presence. We can feel that positive energy around us. So these are just few things these are just few things Prabhupada has asked us to do, and we still feel hard to follow it. Yeah, is it easy to follow these 3 instructions? Do you feel so easy, like just these 3? No, we feel really hard. Like we sometimes it takes our whole day to finish just the 16 round. What to talk about reading his books? You know, sometimes we don't get time to read his book. We just struggle so much to just finish 16 rounds. Yesterday I think I finished my rounds at 12 a.m. Like, actually, my wife was supposed to give the class, and she was kind of sick, and she couldn't prepare much. So she said, "You give," and and I started like, no, anyway, I already have look on that verse before she was giving, so it wasn't like something I was already I already knew like these things I can speak. So I started preparing for the class, so and my chanting got delayed, you know. So sometimes we feel, so coming back to the point, sometimes we feel like we can't even finish 16 rounds. I feel like let's leave the 2 rounds yesterday. Like, but I feel like no, if I don't even chant 16 rounds a day, how can I give a class, you know? So I finish my rounds and then prepare for the class. So, but still we feel so hard. But why? Like we try so much, but we still we feel so hard. So for so because we, and not just us people around the world, like everyone feels hard. Like it's nothing like I feel hard, everyone is like doing good. No, everyone is doing struggle, but as per their level of their surrenderance, they are just performing their devotional service. And the reason everyone, most people feel difficulties in doing devotional service is we feel like it's something like sentimental speculation. It's like or imaginative ecstasy. It's explained in one of the purport of the Prabhupada. So people think like it's like something like fanatics. It's something we speculate and get like we just start to chant today, and we want like Krishna to stand in person here. But we don't understand, while we chant, Krishna is present there in our mouth. But we want him here in person, to be there, to have communication with us. We want the deities to speak with us, just doing few rounds a day. And that is also inattentive, you know. We're doing few rounds inattentive a day, and we expect the deities to talk with us, to have conversation with us, and something like speculation. That's why we feel very difficult. So for that Rupa Goswami, we can see in the Guru Parampara, like the first photo on the right, we can see the 6 Goswami, and one of them is Rupa Goswami, and he is one of the Acharya of our lineage. So he writes a book named Upadesamrit. So and in that book, in text 3, he writes, later Prabhupada translated it as Nectar of Instruction. So I'm reading from that. So Rupa Goswami writes, Utsaha nischayat dhairyat tat karma pravartanat sangatyagat sato vrite sadbir bhakti prasiddhyati. So translation is like this. There are 6 principles favorable to the execution of pure devotional service. Number 1, being enthusiastic. Number 2, endeavoring with confidence. Number 3, being patient. Number 4, acting according to regulative principle such as Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. This is said by Dhruv Maharaj, right? So, and number 5 is abandoning the association of non-devotees. And number 6 is following the footsteps of previous Acharya. We can just follow Srila Prabhupada. There's few simple things what he has said. And these 6 principles undoubtedly assure the complete success of pure devotional service. So Rupa Goswami says, these are the 6 things: being enthusiastic, endeavoring with confidence, being patient, acting according to the regulative principle, abandoning the association of non-devotees, and following the footsteps of our previous Acharya. These 6 things, if we follow in our life, if we implement in our life, then nothing in the way can stop or disturb our devotional service. I won't go detail in this 6 point, because like in the youth classes we are on the we are discussing a nectar of instruction, and for finishing every text we finish few months. we go detail in the purport, and it took like a month or 2-3 months like to just complete one text. So these are just few things Rupa Goswami just puts. Not just this, in this book there are I think 11 texts and 11 verses, and just few simple verses but very deep. And if we just follow those instructions and implement in our life, nothing can disrupt. We will surely go get the love for Krishna, go back to Godhead. Uh, 43. So, what I want to say is, so the first point I would like to catch up, like being enthusiastic. That's the very important one. That's the very first step. Like if we don't have enthusiasm, we can't do any of the rest. The first thing, enthusiasm, and in the beginning we have so many enthusiasm. Like I used to jump like nothing else, like toss the fan, like almost toss the fan. Like we have so many enthusiasm, like in the beginning phase, and we need to preserve our enthusiasm and just carry out the whole life, and not just and advance in our Krishna consciousness. Like, and what I want to say is, not just to advance in our Krishna consciousness, we should have enthusiasm not just to advance in our Krishna consciousness, but also to distribute it to others, distribute it to all the living entity, to preach this message. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, like I think in chapter 18, he says, one who preaches his message is very dear to him. So it's helpful for us also to be more dear. Yes, because when we preach this message, when we distribute this love for Krishna to every living entity gets chance to go back to God. At the end of their life, they can't say, I didn't get chance. We should give chance to every living entity. We should give them chance. And while doing so, we acquire love for every living entity. We develop more and more love for every living entity. And we know what happened next, right? What happened next? When we develop more love for every living entity, what will happen next? Yeah, we develop more love for Krishna. More we develop love for every living entity, we develop more love for Krishna. That's beneficial for us as well. Benefits for every living entity, and benefits for us as well. So all the instructions are there. So we have got so many, just few, like so many, all the required books, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Instruction, and there are so many small books to elaborate more, like for any beginners. It's like Prabhupada has written so many small books, like as I mentioned, Perfect Question, Perfect Answer. That's the first book. Like I read few books before, and some pages of Bhagavad Gita even, but that was the book I understand more. I got more knowledge. That book helped me a lot. So there are so many small books. Even if we feel the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam so hard, like we can start from small books of Prabhupada, and all the instructions are there. So now it's our choice what to do and what we want to be. It's Krishna explained after giving all the instruction to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Yatte chashi tatha kuru. Do what you wish to do. He says, I have explained all the instruction, all about the confidential knowledge. I have spoke to you, and now it's your choice. Now it's your now it's your will, your free will. Like we have got our free will, and we need to utilize it to do for the service of the Lord. And it's now it's our choice. Prabhupada has given us everything. He just made the plate ready. We just need to eat. So, having said that, I just pray to Srila Prabhupada, Sri Radha Gopinath, Sri Jagannath, Baldev Subhadra Maya, and Sri Gaur Nitai, so that one day we all get that taste of Krishna Prem, love for Krishna, by following the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, saying that I will end the class here. If you have any questions, you can ask. Hopefully. The message is we should follow our authorities. Prithu Maharaj follow Lord Brahma. It's his authorities. We should follow our authorities. That's the message. The message is not to stop our devotional service. The message is to follow our authorities. Any other questions? Mhm. Reading Prabhupada books. As I said, we can feel the philosophy hard in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, but Prabhupada knows our position. Prabhupada knows our condition. So he has elaborated more in a very simple way in his very small books even. So you can read, the more we read Prabhupada books, more we realize about that. What can I say about? What can I say about? There are so many things in Prabhupada books, like, in what context do you want to hear? How do you realize? Mhm. I think that's what you said to me. And he's the one who helped me read perfect questions, perfect answers. So, yeah. One thing I remember, so we are so attached uh, with this body, and we just decorate, like, we do so many things for sense enjoyment, and but at the end of the day, it's compared like decorating the dead body. So as Prabhu said, when we left, the only body is left there, and people say he left away, but the body is there. So what had left away? The soul has left away. So um, this is kind of philosophy thing even. So it's not like someone just say a line and we just get understand, we just realize. No, it's bhakti is kind of bhakti is sort of cultivating knowledge more and more, and knowledge it's unlimited because Krishna is unlimited, and the knowledge of Krishna is also unlimited. So we read more and more, and Prabhupada has, as I said, Prabhupada has made the plate ready. So we read more and more, and we acquire knowledge more and more, and as per the level of surrenderance to the Prabhupada, surrender to the Krishna. So we realize like that. As Krishna says, I reciprocate as per the surrenderance of the living entity. One practical is like, we know Mahavin Swami Maharaj, his holiness Mahavin Swami Maharaj, his hat. We can see that he's explained the whole process of like living entities, like from birth to death and changing from one body to another. It's explained there. Any more questions? So, um, so Krishna, so is in the purport we can see, because Krishna expand, his first plenary expansion is Karanadaksha Vishnu, and then Karanadaksha Vishnu, so while he breathes out, the material world is created, and so there are so tiny universes, and Karanadaksha Vishnu expands is Garbhodaksha Vishnu and enters into each universe, and then Garbhodaksha Vishnu and expands again as Siddhadaksha Vishnu, and enters into the heart of the each living entity. So with the soul in every, not just humans, in plants, animals, in insects, in bacteria, with the soul, there is Krishna residing with them. It's seat of the Sai Vishnu. So when we love more, when we develop more love for the all living entities, we realize the Krishna living inside with all the living entities. And when we realize that, we develop more love for Krishna. Chances of getting attached for Prabhu can answer her this. Tricky. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, and like if you are attached to serve the every living entities, that's good. But if you are attached to some individual person, I think that's a bit like we should be attached to our Guru, Gauranga, and the devotees. But anyway, like so. But if you are attached to loving every living entity, anyway, like I think Indradimna Maharaj, you can see his reels, like to his even in small insect he catches and says Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He's attached to distribute that Hare Krishna, distribute the love of Krishna to every living entity. That's how he is attached. So if you are attached in that way, that's good. But the opposite way is not good. So we just whatever we have, we just utilize for the service of the Lord. So we will end our class here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki, Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki, Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Prabhupada ki jai.